All right, let's just get right into it. If you're a creator, you have seen these videos. I know you have. The ones that promise you the absolute world. The ones that feel, well, just a little too good to be true. You're trying to grow your channel. You're trying to make an impact. And you're just getting bombarded with so-called secrets. Today, we are going to cut through all of that noise.
I mean, it's the ultimate clickbait promise, isn't it? This idea that there's just one simple trick, one little hack that you're missing, and if you just knew what it was, poof, your channel would explode overnight. It's an incredibly tempting fantasy. But it's also...
That's right. It is a massive lie. And it's a lie that holds so many talented creators back, making them chase ghosts instead of building something real and substantial. So in this explainer, we're going to tear down that lie and build up the truth.
So first up, let's really dissect this whole million-view myth. We're going to look at the secrets that all the gurus are selling and talk about why chasing them is pretty much just a recipe for frustration. Sound familiar? Add this one magic keyword. Upload at 3:17 p.m. on a Tuesday. Make your thumbnails this very specific shade of blue. These are the kinds of super low-effort tactics that get passed around like they're gospel. The problem is, they treat the YouTube algorithm like it's some simple vending machine where you can just press the right buttons and out pops a viral video.
So, why is this approach so flawed? Why doesn't it work? Let's get to the hard truth that they're not telling you.
And here's where we see this huge gap between the hype and the reality. The hype sells a fantasy of some magic shortcut, but the hard truth? You are not the only one hearing these secrets. Hundreds of thousands of other creators are trying the exact same tricks, which completely cancels out any tiny advantage you might have had. It's just a clickbait distraction, plain and simple.
And this quote just brilliantly sums up the problem. Selling these tricks is literally like selling a system to win the lottery. It's all based on luck, not on strategy. It completely ignores the fact that you're competing in this massive game and a so-called secret that everyone knows, well, it's not a secret anymore, is it?
Okay, so if chasing secrets is a total dead end, what's the alternative? Well, the real formula for success is actually much simpler and way more powerful than you might think.
There it is. That's the whole idea right there. Forget trying to create demand out of thin air. Instead, you need to tap into the demand that already exists. People use YouTube as a search engine every single second of every single day. They are actively looking for answers, for solutions, and for information. Your job is to be the one who provides it. You know, this strategy actually has a name. It's called search-focused content. And the goal here isn't to go viral. The goal is to be the most useful. It's to become the go-to resource for a specific question or a specific problem. When you achieve that, the views become consistent and predictable, not just some one-time fluke. So how do you actually do this? Let's break it down into a simple, actionable blueprint you can follow. It really just boils down to a three-step process. First, you find what people are asking. You become a detective, looking for the problems and the questions that are out there. Second, you provide overwhelming value. You don't just answer the question, you create the best answer out there. And third, the money follows. Look, this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a build value sustainably plan. And these aren't just abstract ideas. Think about what you search for. How to fix something. What's the best product to buy? A guide to learning a new skill. These are evergreen needs. A video on how to fix a leaky faucet might not get 1 million views overnight, but it will get consistent views for years, because people will always have leaky faucets.
This all comes down to a really fundamental shift in your mindset. It's all about moving from a mindset of chasing to one of providing.
This is where the mindset shift really clicks into place. In the old approach, getting 1 million views is the goal. Making money is the purpose. But with this new, more effective mindset, those things become the results. They're the byproducts of your real purpose, which is to provide value and solve problems for your audience. Ultimately, it all just comes down to this. Algorithm hacks and tricks are temporary fads, but a video that genuinely helps someone solve a real problem, that has permanent value. That's the foundation of a channel that lasts a long, long time. And that leaves us with one final question to really think about. When you sit down to create your next video, just ask yourself this. Are you chasing a temporary trick, hoping to win the lottery? Or are you focused on creating permanent value that will serve an audience for years to come? The answer to that question will define your entire journey.